And welcome back, YouTube. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where if we weren't inside, it would be bright and sunny. But we're inside right now, so we don't get to be bright and sunny.
Anything right about now.
Nope. F is... That's not F. G. Ah, okay. So I'm looking for that menu. I can get into there with G. So I don't know if they reworked where the moose spawns. No, it used to spawn here over here. But it was pretty frequently not up. It's obviously not up right now. Okay, let's go. If there's any moose meat left at the moose meat spot, let's eat our moose meat. And no, I actually finished eating the rest of the moose meat here. And or dragged it inside, one of the two. Which is one of the reasons I'm thinking we should hunt the bear. Ways to generate more meat for this local area. We got plenty of fish down at the fishing hole, but at least prior to the invention of dried fish, fish was very bad for transport. Very low density.
I need to find some place to escape this cold. Thank goodness. Made it through another night.
So that is the end of dawn, presumably, if he's talking about I made it through another night. Officially meaning it's now daytime. Sunny as it's going to be.
Never felt so cold in my life.
We're at full condition, so I'm not worried about taking a little bit of damage to the cold. And we know the ice bear spawn is up. In theory, the one behind the Quonset's up as well. That one might actually be easier to hunt. But I'm a bit mentally focused on hunting the one that's out here. Might not be the right choice. Also, I'm coming out here to check to see if Sutherland completed the trade. Because if he did, we'll go ahead and pick up our recipe. And then that will be something in future streams we can actually make, as we can make the wolf hide pants. So I think I did see the wolf, or see the bear. I think I saw him around the end of the island. Which is not a particularly great place to hunt him. Kind of her when he's out here between the den and the fishing hut that we just passed. Yeah, there he is. Actually, that's not too bad of a spot to twang him from. Okay, I kind of leaped first without thinking too much about where I was landing. This is not the best place to have leapt to. I think the bear is right below me too, which is making this extra bad. I did twang him, so he is on borrowed time. Okay, let me try to put some space between me and the bear. Yeah, he's ornery because we twanged him. To be fair, I can just walk off and come back. We'll find him later. As long as I don't go through any loading screens, he'll still be wandering around bleeding till he dies. So, it's not to panic. So the deer is still there. We can harvest the deer. That would give me an excuse to warm up while we're waiting for the bear to cease living. And yes, the recipe was done. So we got our recipe. So we now have access to wolfskin pants. Wolfskin pants. 4 cured wolf pelts, 3 cured guts, and a workbench, and a bunch of time with the knife. So now I need to go around finding all my wolfskin pants. Or wolfskins. Alright, so 4 of them. We've definitely made more than 4 at this point, so that shouldn't be too hard to do. It's just going to be going and finding them all. Because I haven't been putting them all in one place, to be fair. Now, how cold are we? Am I gonna move just sticks, or do I need to toss some coal in this fire? Minus 23. Okay, so this is a coal fire. This is a coal fire, and I don't have any coal. Okay, that's a more of a complication than I've been planning. Alright, let's get a warm meat bonus from some birch bark tea. And I'll go fetch some coal. Oh, interesting. I would have expected the beachcombing to have despawned the deer if it was going to replace things like adding a boat. The boat is probably too far out. Or not. Maybe I'm just wrong. He scored a fish. I suppose the only thing I can hope for is that that is not Sutherland's boat, because that would be a bad day for future trades. It's not Sutherland's boat. It's probably just a random boat, but. And a second fish.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
I'm obviously going to have to go get more coal at some point if I want that to be full of coal. Okay, let's harvest that deer. Now I have the ability to get warm next to it, and then we'll go figure out what happened with the bear once we're done with that. And obviously hauling 20 kilograms of bear meat to the Quonset will be a little bit of a slow process. Showing off the magic of fire starting 5.
Come on.
Guaranteed fire start. 2 lumps of coal in the fire. We'll quickly cut the meat off because we'll eat that after we're done getting the rest of it harvested. Lost our warming up bonus, but that's fine. We presumably don't need it at this point because we've got the fire going. We'll harvest the guts. My solution will probably be to leave the guts outside the door until we've confirmed that the bear is dead, where the bear is. And yeah, we had to put way too much fuel on the fire just to be warm. And I think over the time it took to get that thing harvested, the world has warmed up. So we went through barely any of the fuel in the fire. So we're going to harvest a bunch of torches that we don't necessarily need, but waste not, want not. So I guess that's probably Southern's boat that we're seeing there. Because that doesn't look like it's sunk.
I need to drop something.
Not Sutherland will interact with us during the day. Only interacts with us via the radio. Okay, let's see what happened to this bear. We'll go ahead and drop things off that smell up next to the door. And then we'll go looking for the bear. Well, door to Misanthrope. Just realized I said the door and didn't clarify which door. There's many doors out here. Closest one's at Misanthrope. That's a deer. Well, that's a good sign there isn't anything spooky over here. I think that's a sign of the wildlife refresh, because I believe before the wildlife refresh, nothing spawned on Misanthrope except for the occasional rabbit. So last I checked, the bear was up here. Trying to get its revenge. Where did he wander off to? He didn't wander back into his den. He is probably dead. I've been out and about long enough that he probably picked the keister. Granted, I say that, and I could be wrong. He could be very alive and very angry. There is quite a large variance on how long it takes for a bleeding shot to kill. So that was his cracks going into the ice. There wasn't any blood, so I suspect that was... Oh, no, that would have been after I did shoot him, yeah. Well, I did hit him. At least I think I hit him. So where did he go? Obviously onto the ice, which makes it hard to track him.
Can't feel my feet.
Lump's not him. So those are wolves. Lots of wolf. We're gonna swap torches, which we very happily do because we got torches out the wazoo. Okay, flyover. So that's a sign that we're not in audio range of his carcass. As always, we'd hear the crows over the carcass. That doesn't tell me very much other than what we don't know. Time for another torch swap. Right now the plan is, once I find him, you can see we went back to overcast, right? Once I find him, I'm going to light the fire to keep me warm using this torch. So I'm hearing crows, but I know those crows are coming off of that deer carcass, which I don't want to harvest because that one is non-renewable. That's a non-renewable carcass, so that one will stay there until I interact with it, and once I interact with it, it will go poof. Taking a decent amount of cold damage right now from just being out in the cold. Which is the one problem with trying to look for a carcass sometimes, is take quite a bit of damage looking for them. You're not sure where they are. We've looted this place. Let's warm up the stove a moment, and I can warm up something to make some tea with to warm the character up, and forestall our condition lost just a little bit.
Come on.
Get us a warming up bonus, and a little bit of a condition recovery. It's not going to make a big difference, but it will make a little bit of a difference. See what looks like an unusual bump. I'm not identifying what it is exactly from distance, and a brown bump is sort of what we're looking for right now, because that's what a bear would look like. So I'm wandering towards the bump. I don't think it's the bear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it isn't a bear, but this means I'm retreading ground that I don't need to. So he's not in his cave. And this thing here is what I was looking at. I was thinking it was a weird looking bump. And yeah, it's a weird looking bump, but it's not a bear. It's not the bear we're looking for. Well, that's a pile of crows. Let's see if that is the pile of crows we're looking for.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
Looks like it hasn't been 20 days since we harvested the salt. It was sort of expected. That was an accident. Didn't intend to chuck the torch that time. Oh, there's the bear. Hello, Sir Barrington. Want to return my arrow? Thank you. Try to find a spot where a combo of Sir Barrington and the seashore should hopefully protect the fire. And then we'll move to harvesting Sir Barrington. 2 lumps of coal on fire to start. Should get us warm. Let's make some water. While we're here. Let's start with the hide. The hide's the... Oh, I need to cut into the animal first. So actually, let's start with the kilogram of meat. We'll cook the kilogram of meat, and then we'll leave the rest uncooked for... Well, we'll save 20 kilograms uncooked for drying. Okay, 57 minutes. We'll spend 28 of that getting the hide off of him. $28 more minutes. Couple pieces of meat. Just realized I forgot to make sure that I got rid of all the animal fat on me, because that's a new thing I can harvest that hadn't accounted for in dropping decoys. 11 minutes till boiled. Get 2 kilograms off in that time. So it'll be 42 minutes before that's boiled. So we'll get 42 minutes of meat off of the bear. And another 42 minutes. Harvest our water, drink some water. And I'm overweight, so we'll leave water behind.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I have that so heavy. A bunch of sticks. Oh, and I have the bear hide. The bear hide itself, the hide's pretty heavy. Still a little heavier than I should be. Well, forgot about the giant pallet torches. Giant pallet torches would do that. I shouldn't necessarily look the gift pile of the gift horse in the mouth of the giant pallet torches. I may be wanting it very soon for moving meat. Okay, let's drop the big pieces here. The partial piece I'll actually cook and eat. Okay, we're going to want a little bit more fuel on that fire. That's probably more than enough. But, cooking, we got basically 5 minutes on it, so we can cut off 5 minutes worth of, or not 5 minutes, 50 minutes worth of guts off of this guy. We'll eat the piece of meat, and we'll cut the last of the guts off. Well, I guess you get some fat while harvesting the guts as well. Either that or screwed up and just carrying some of the meat, which might have attracted attention from wolves. Oops, I meant to hit H, not G. Okay, so now the plan is to get the craftables inside, and then I'll probably spend next episode, so the beginning of next stream, we'll be hauling all this meat, well, most of the meat, back to Quonset for curing. Yeah, maybe depending on the weather. Might make this a little bit of a long episode and try to haul the meat back this episode. Assuming the weather stays good. Maybe sprinting's not the smartest idea, because it's going to burn the fatigue down. Which will make me walk slower with the weight. Trade-offs. Lots of trade-offs here. Leave the fat there. We'll come in and drop
Wonder if
off
I
our
can drop any of
guts
this gear.
and the hides. Then we'll start holing the meat. Trying to contemplate if there's a way to reduce the weight. Not really. Because what I'm going to run into is I want to bring the torches with me. Because I can use them to scare off wolves. And there isn't really a good way to lose weight without making me unsafe. I won't be carrying defensive weapons and stuff like that. Probably leave the pots and pans behind. So maybe when I get there, I'll leave some stuff behind on the first trip. Which will allow me to carry more on the second, third, and so forth trips. So it's going to take multiple trips. 20 kilograms is a lot of weight to be carrying in one go. If I had a travois, this would actually be a perfect trip to take the travois.
Too heavy.
Nice flat most of the way. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was fat. Don't want fat. Fat can stay here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5, 10, 15. Oh, one short. That's 20. That's almost usable speed. It's not quite usable speed. So I'm going to have to lighten the load. I'm taking 2 trips. I might as well take 10 a trip. See how that... Oh, that's a little bit better. A little bit tempted to do things that will generate some fatigue, like drink coffee.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer. Feels like night's
That's
coming.
why every time a torch wears out, you're going to leave the torch behind. So the load gets lighter as we go. Yeah, I'm kind of in a predicament. If I wanted more carrying capacity, one thing I could do is just sleep. But that obviously has the drawback of gambling on the weather not changing. And this is good weather right now. This is good traveling weather. Alright, if it gets too windy or gets too cold, then I'll have to carry less in the trip. Whereas right now, it's not windy enough to threaten the torch, so I can just sort of casually limp along with way too much weight. muting the mic to have a short cough and drink some tea. And yeah, this little bit going on right now is maybe a little bit tedious, but this is, in theory, this is a productive walk. We're going to fill half the drying cabinet in one go. And then we'll be back to go pick up the other half of the meat for the drying cabinet. Leave some stuff off when we get there. Like I can leave the pot and the pan. I'll make it a little bit lighter. The pot and the pan. I'm not planning on hunting anymore, which I'm probably not during the, because it's going to be there and back again. I could drop the bows and arrows off as well. And stuff like that to save on weight. So the second trip should be a little bit faster than the first. And yeah, the weather is good. We're only in -1 echelon territory, right? So, other than maybe stopping to get a warming up bonus from a coffee, I think we should, if the weather doesn't get worse, just be able to make the full lap. I have attracted a wolf, so that is the one drawback of walking around with so much meat. Is you aggro them from miles away. Only have the bow and arrow on me. Okay, so I should probably, if I see a stone, I should pick up a stone.
My fingers feel numb.
Needless to say, we've scared that wolf off, but another one's going to be on its way in like 5 seconds. Usually the wolves, if they're spawned in an area, aren't spawned one wolf, so I'd probably about to track a second wolf, or third wolf in. Usually only aggro one at a time. So there's probably a second one inbound from wherever that one came from. I should be a little bit careful going over the bumps and contours here. Because they'll be attracted to me due to the smell, but they won't start a charge until they see me, so the worst situation is to be cresting a hill, spot a wolf at point blank, and get charged. So we'll take the corners wide is probably the plan right now. Looks like we should be clear for the rest of the way to the Quonset. And the return trip won't be as bad as the way out, I suppose, because we'll be walking lighter. Are you a stone? You are a stone. We'll pick you up then. We'll do a torch swap here. We got the giant pile of torches. One of these days, if I need fuel, we can just grab all the torches and disassemble them for torches. Or disassemble them from their sticks. There we go. So they'll start curing. I think there was a bug for a while that if you moved it while it was curing, it would get bugged. So if you're interacting with the drying cabinet, be aware of that. That is a bug that I have heard that you shouldn't interact with it. Or well, you shouldn't move it specifically when you've got it actually actively curing something. Oh, and I'm not going to be sharpening anything when we're out, so I'm going to leave you behind. It doesn't make a big difference, but Every little bit counts. We want a defensive weapon. The axe will work for the defensive weapon, so we'll leave you behind. We're not going to sleep anywhere, so we'll leave the bedroll behind. We'll bring the stick in case we need them. Drink some water. And we have a coffee. I may warm the coffee up at some point for the warming up bonus and the fatigue it will give us. Which will help us walk back a little bit quicker. And yeah, this is going to be a longer episode. Because the weather is good, I want to complete the job. And I probably want to end the episode by putting the character to sleep. So this is going to be a longer than normal episode. Been trying to keep them 30 to 40 minutes long. And probably there and back will take 10 to 15 minutes. So this will probably be closer to an hour-long episode. So those of you who like the longer episodes, here you go. And for those of you who like the shorter episodes, sorry, I screwed up. This one's longer. Yeah, moments like this, when you got a nice clear sky and you can see things like the aurora or the starry sky, this is a pretty beautiful game. At the moment, I don't want an aurora. Well, I want an aurora and I don't want an aurora, because an aurora would get in the way with what we're doing right now. Because I definitely wouldn't be safe to deliver 10 kilograms of meat in an aurora. But at the same time, an aurora would allow me to talk up Sutherland again, figure out what the next delivery will be. If I'm smart, the next delivery probably shouldn't be a recipe, because I don't know where I'm going to get more car batteries from. And I can try to progress the chain instead by getting things I can actually more easily deliver. But knowing me, the next time there will be an aurora, I'll be miles away from a radio set. I really shouldn't be sprinting here. I'm just going to make the character more tired, but my patience is low. Oh, I suppose I also have more food. We don't want to cook food when we get there. So all I need to deliver, to fill the drying cabinet up, I only need to deliver 10 more kilograms, so we've got extra meat there I could cook. No, I think I'm just going to, when I get there, I'm going to do the coffee thing that I was thinking of. Drink a warm coffee. To get the warming up bonus and the fatigue gain.
Come on.
I was going to make a second coffee, but then I realized I left my cooking implement behind. So I can't actually make coffee from scratch, I can only drink the one I have. So that was a minor oops.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Well, good thing. You're not carrying more. You're carrying exactly this, and we're walking back to the Quonset. And when you get there, you're going to drop a bunch of stuff and pick up a bunch of different stuff, and then you're going to sleep for 10 hours. So yeah, that coffee gave us a bunch of fatigue back. It also gave us a warming up bonus, so we're not taking any cold damage now. I may stop in a moment because I did warm up the birch bark and probably drink the birch bark as well. As that'll give us another warming up bonus to keep us warm. Hopefully for the last bit of the trip. So we shouldn't take any real condition damage. Because we're still kind of recovering from when we were stalking, when we were looking for the bear. Because we took a bunch of cold damage looking for the bear. We'll get most of it back sleeping, but, well, I say most of it back. We'll get, like, 32% back from sleeping and 10% from not taking any damage for 10 hours, so it's, like, gonna be, like, 42% heal. But that means, ideally, I'd like to stay, like, above 60%. And I think we're basically already in the 50%, so we're already taking more damage than ideally would have liked to. Like, we'll get most of it back, but already lost more than I would want to. I think that is a wolf between where we are and where we're going. I think it is rapidly approaching us because we probably smell halfway from here to Timbuktu due to all the meat on us. Yeah. So this is why I picked up the stone, because the stone is a lot lighter than the bow. And it's a little bit easier to get cocked back for the threat. Threat's a lot less harmful, but the point of the threat is to get them over the scare line on the torch safely, rather than actually be doing any harm. So you don't really need it to be a particularly threatening weapon. You just need a weapon to threaten the wolf with. And a torch, or a bow, or a pistol, or whatever works. Like, the revolver slash flare gun works even if they're empty, so... you just needed something to point threateningly at the wolf when you had a torch like that. No, that wasn't good. That was one walked up behind us without telling me. Another one in our front is probably the best place to deal with it in the local area. And we're on the high ground and good visibility lines for our torch. I'm gonna clear run in. I may sprint the last distance into the Quonset, just to avoid, just to minimize the cold damage we're taking.
Never felt so cold in my life. If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Pick my stuff back up now that we're back here.
Something's gotta go.
And we'll drop our meat in the box. Yeah, so this is where part of the problem comes in, is if you moved the box, it would stop curing. But things that are partially cured are not allowed to take out of the box, so you sort of could glitch the box that way. So I'm not planning on moving this box, so I won't suffer that glitch, but that's how you trigger it, is you move the box with stuff in it. AKA, don't move the box with stuff in it. That's how you get into trouble right now. My knowledge is that's supposed to be a glitch, so that shouldn't actually happen, but it is. So yeah, we got our box loaded up. When that all cures, that'll be good. And that was between the two things. We've done all the things I wanted to do this episode, so it's been a productive episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying it. There will probably be another part up by tomorrow, because I've been trying to record every 3 days. So, with 4 parts recorded, the next part should be up tomorrow. If you're watching up on Twitch, the next stream will be in 3 to 4 days. So if it's in 4 days, then it's in 4 days. Check in on the schedule. The schedule should be accurate within 3 or so days. So right now the schedule is accurate. It'll be Long Dark today. It'll be Shadow Empire tomorrow. The day after will be Against the Storm. And what hasn't been decided is if it'll be Long Dark again or Factorio. So until next time, if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying it. And there'll be probably another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, hope you're enjoying it. Check the schedule in. The schedule isn't necessarily accurate with start time on Twitch. It is usually accurate on what game I'm playing that given night. So until next time, hope you all have a good luck. Catch you all in the next part. Till then, goodbye.